Tonight, remains found in Stark County have been identified as a Michigan man missing for more than 30 years. We thank you for joining us tonight.
Anthony Gulley went missing September 11, 1994. On September 12th, Gulley's burned car was found in Akron. It wasn't until December 2001 that his remains were found in Canton. At the time, he was labeled John Doe.
In September of 2023, officials revealed the facial reconstruction of John Doe.
And today, the remains were confirmed to be that of Anthony Gulley.
Our senior crime and justice correspondent, Lydia Esparra, spoke with Gulley's sister about the discovery.
He was just a handsome guy, very friendly.
Anthony Gulley, the light of his family, was reported missing on September 11th, 1994. He was last seen in Pontiac, Michigan. On the phone, his sister Elizabeth tells me they had been searching for him for 30 years.
It's one thing to not come home at night and then you pop up the next day, but to not come home and just never come back, that's a whole different type of mystery, pain.
The mystery and the pain would become deeper.
He was last seen September 3rd, 1994 by his sister. He didn't report to work September 5th. So his employer called his sister.
7 years after his disappearance, remains were found here in an isolated area of Canton Township. A source close to the case says the remains were merely bones, and only the coroner could determine if it was a man or a woman. But now, 24 years later, Gulley's family has answers.
That today we can announce that we have been able to give Stark County John Doe his name back.
Anthony Gulley went nameless for all those years, but through DNA, police work, and perseverance, the case was cracked. Anthony's sister says it's what her family was praying for.
I feel like they took it seriously, like this was a real thing going on, and this person who they have found, this body that they have found, doesn't have a name.
Police also identified Gulley's killer. They say 21-year-old George Frederick Washington shot and killed Gulley in Michigan. And because Washington was from the Akron area, drove his friend's body here to this field. Washington shot and killed himself weeks later as police closed in on him for the disappearance of Gulley and several other crimes. A source close to the case says he was hoping DNA would help the case. They had nothing to go on, hoping the science would catch up to the crime. And when Elizabeth got the call there could be a match,
praying for confirmation, didn't want to go another 30 years without answers, pretty confident within my heart that it was him.
Well, you have to be happy somewhat for that family. So the family is awaiting Anthony Gulley's remains so they can have a proper funeral. The DNA Doe Project helped connect Gulley to his family, and they have been working with the Stark County Sheriff's Office to get this case closed. Russ.
Okay, Lydia Esparra in the newsroom. Thank you.
Sure.